Hey y'all, it's American Mom. I just finished episode 1 and it ended with Tony's been shot by Uncle June and he didn't recognize who Tony was and he's been bleeding pretty bad. He finally got to the phone and dialed 911 and then it just went black. So I got to see what happens because this is season 6, episode 1 that this happened. I mean, really? So I got to see episode 2 right now. All right, let's do this. What's going on? What happened? Is he dreaming this while he's blacked out? Do I have in the right episode?
Stop picking your nose.
I'm here. Call me. Love you.
That's not your voicemail. Is he dreaming? Are we gonna start seeing dead people again? Yeah, this is a dream.
Anthony Soprano.
Yep. See some photo ID, please.
Kevin Finley.
What the hell? Well, I'll tell you what. I'm here, so I'll try to call the bar, but could you let me in?
He's totally talking
Miss the
different.
morning session?
Gosh, I really can't.
Look, I just flew in from New Jersey, and Colonel Colonna, he speaks at 10:30.
I can't let you in without photo ID, sir.
You couldn't sign on that bill. You already closed it out.
Thanks for being so helpful.
Yeah, this isn't Tony. This is a dream. What the hell's happening? Do I have to go through another whole episode of a dream?
I think he left before you.
And he never came back.
Show him the guy's ID. That's what he looked like.
You know the name Kevin Finity?
He drives a Lexus.
You know him?
It's a joke. Infinity Lexus.
Tony, you never did tell us how you made the jump from selling patio furniture to precision optics.
Well, like my wife says, that's a good question. Excuse me for 1 minute.
Hi, Daddy. I mean volleyball.
All right, I told you, didn't I? You were worried over nothing.
This is so weird. His family's normal. He's normal. This is a weird ass dream. Well, he still has to be horny even when in his dream.
Eyes are open. 2, 3.
Stuck in the van. Give me the light.
I'll get to the strings.
Oh,
4
hell.
milligrams out of van. Mr. Soprano.
Tony,
Can he?
what, honey?
What? Where am I going?
We're right here with you. Tony, who am I? Who am I?
Get ready to retube him. Sir, can you hear me?
Where am I? Where am I going?
Tony!
Dad's not so good right now. They made us leave.
They took the breathing tube out.
Well, that's good, right? That means he's breathing on his own.
They had to put the tube back in.
Goddamn, Junior.
Anthony Soprano's not going to die. I don't know what everybody's talking about.
Nobody's saying he's gonna die.
I'm staying tonight, too.
He's been in a coma for
I want
2
you to go
nights.
back, okay? People call the house. Need somebody there.
The bullet didn't just tear up the pancreas, but it impacted the gallbladder. Sepsis is the big problem, an infection in the blood. I've got him sedated and restrained so he can't pull his breathing tubes out.
Okay, then what?
As we discussed before, we're probably not looking at a very good outcome here.
Well, should we call Dr. Plepler?
I'll let him know. And Tashlin, too. He'll stop by.
Does he know that he's dying?
We don't know.
He's gonna die at the beginning of this season? Or be in a coma the rest of the season? What's going on? I don't like it. This is when she needs Adriana. And where's their lady friends? Is he on life support? See, we're back at the dream. I don't want to do this. Well, now he's Kevin Finity. He can't find his own shit.
Good night.
Good night.
Months you have ignored our letters and phone calls. Well, we are now filing suit against you.
No, okay, back up. Okay, I'm not Kevin Finity. I have his wallet by mistake, and I guess I look a little like him. So he is from around here.
We had a horrible winter at the monastery because of your heating system.
I'm not Kevin Finnerty.
Lose your arrogance.
Son of a bitch! Oh, come on, guys. See, he hit me. Don't let he hit me!
Yeah.
Okay, don't let him go! He slapped me in the mouth.
Did you file a police report?
I'm staying here under somebody else's credit card. Good morning.
Good morning. It's just not right seeing him like this. Bear with us. This isn't funny. I want to know how he's doing in real life. It said it's out of order. Hell. Tucker.
Another night has passed and he is still with us.
Where's Uncle June? Does he know what he did?
He's not the same.
Well, what about the sepsis?
Yeah, well, that's the concern. What did Tashlin say this morning?
Dr. Tashlin never came in here this morning.
Well, no matter. I'll be talking to him. Go ahead and change the dressing, huh?
Does this mean the chances could be worse that my husband could not come out of this coma?
Actually, now we've induced coma. He's snowed with Ativan.
What? Why?
Control the seizures while we try to knock down the fever with antibiotics.
Well, it says his temperature's down some.
In these cases, we also contemplate degrees of brain damage. In the event he does survive. You might want to play some of his favorite music. You know, fortunately for him, he is at a level 1 trauma center. Oh, with his injuries, believe me, he would have been dead 12 hours ago.
Okay, I see. Thank you, doctor.
Thank you, doctor.
Yeah.
I'm sorry she volunteered in an ICU. You treat these guys like rock stars.
Come on in and see him. Your sister's here, too.
Oh, God.
I can't get used to this. Oh, my God.
My nephew, Anthony?
That's why you're here in custody.
If somebody shot my nephew, it was him himself. He's a depression case.
He doesn't realize, which makes me feel sorry for him, but really? Oh, this one that hung himself. I'm telling you, we are at 2 funerals a month.
What do we do about Junior?
He's in jail. That puts him out of our reach.
Not necessarily.
He's a demented old fuck. I say we do nothing, let him rot. Sever all ties. End this embarrassment right now.
Marvin Gaye, his own nephew. The boss of this family. What happens to Junior is Tony's call.
Yeah.
That's right.
Bobby, all due respect, where the fuck were you that night? Why was the skipper babysitting Junior?
I had other family obligations.
Which means it goes to Bobby now that Junior's out of the picture. Vito already pulls down more scratch than anybody from the unions. Let him go to the hospital first. That fat fucking kiss ass.
I guess. I don't know.
Come with me.
Smack him in the head.
Where are your father's CDs?
I forgot.
Oh, Jesus God, Anthony, everybody is pitching in here but you.
Thanks, Mom.
I wish you would go to class if this is all you're gonna do.
Put my father in the hospital?
I got some CDs from my car. Oh, yes, you like this one?
It's your country too, isn't it?
Like I'd know one of these suicide jerk-offs if he bit me on the ass.
You knew Matoush Gia hung out at your girlfriend's club?
He was a drug dealer, her friend. I didn't know shit about his politics till one of your people told me.
Oh, yeah, Matoush.
Something to keep in mind.
I take that terrorism shit seriously. And Tony, don't even get him started.
No. He was paranoid about that shit. With the cargo boats and all that.
Imagine that. At one time, you had enough hair that a woman could grab it with both her hands.
Yeah, she's gonna lose it.
You're gonna be fine, Tony. I know it. The doctors say you're gonna be fine, too.
You gotta tell him that. So he fights.
You are gonna be okay, Tony. Your friends, your kids, all love you. You're a good father. You care about your friends. But you are not going to hell. You're coming back here. I love you.
See these dark areas? These are parts of your brain that have been oxygen deprived. These are consistent with a diagnosis of Alzheimer's. Fall like that. Could have broken your neck.
I'm lost.
AJ wanted to come, but he got a really bad stomach flu from a burrito. Our Father, which art in heaven, stay there. And we shall stay on earth, which is sometimes so pretty.
It's interesting, Janice noticed that when AJ talks about Tony's possibly not coming out of this, he can't even use the word dad. He says Anthony Soprano is not going to die.
Okay, they're too close to the house.
Hey!
Get them, Polly. Knock them back.
Get the fuck off the property!
Yeah.
Hey! I warned you yesterday. The curb line is your limit.
Thank you. Good. At least he's talking to him.
And this guy on campus has one. And the Mustang's not as expensive as the M3 I used to talk about getting all the time. I'm gonna get Uncle Junior for this. Don't worry. He doesn't just get to do this to you. I'll put you in here and get away with it. You're my dad. And I'm gonna put a bullet in his fucking mummy head.
Oh.
I promise.
Oh, God.
I can't believe we're not gonna, do stuff together again.
Hey.
Meadow, you just missed
Hey.
it. What he just said.
How's he doing?
Ah. AJ's gonna be in jail.
Dad.
It means a lot to me, then. How about that? Thank you for doing it. You've helped your family tremendously.
Just say okay.
I tried really hard in philosophy, but that
With
professor...
your father in a coma.
School's not for him. I feel like this is the finale of season 6. I cannot believe this is the beginning. This was an interesting episode. We kind of picked up where episode 1 left off. Not with him in the hospital, but him as someone else. And he was Tony Soprano, but he didn't have the mafia attitude and the accent, and he was just normal, a salesperson at a convention. And then his identification got all messed up, and he was confronted. He was smacked by a monk person or something, and he was like, hey, he's not violent. He's just weird dream, but in between, he's in this coma. He's fighting for his life because Uncle June shot him in episode 1. As much as I can't stand Uncle Junior, when he was in his right mind, he was just a mean, grumpy old ass man, just mean. But when you go through Alzheimer's and dementia and stuff, and if you can relate to that, you're not right in your mind. And he didn't know who Tony was. He thought somebody else was in his house. When he shot him, then he ran away and he went up in the closet and hid. And then when they told him, Tony was shot, he was like, I bet it was so-and-so. He just doesn't know what's going on. So you can't fault him for that. But AJ wants to kill him. So now, and nobody heard this but us and Tony, who's in a coma. AJ's already down a dark path with school, and, he was doing drugs last season. And now, he's flunking out of school. Carmela's just like, I just don't think school isn't for everybody, and that's okay. He needs to go do something else. But he was in the room with Tony, and right before Meadow walks in, he was telling Tony he's going to kill Uncle June for this. He doesn't get to walk around scot-free when he doesn't get to have his dad anymore. Which episode is AJ going to be in jail? For either attempting it or doing it. Bobby feels guilty. The guys wanted to know where Bobby was, but he had to go with Janice to the preschool thing, and it's just a mess. Poor Carmela, she's worn out. She's been in that ICU for days. She's tired. She plays music that he likes. She talks about stories of just anything. Just talk to him. The acting in this is just so good that you feel like you're there. you know? And it was just like, it was just a lot of watching and listening to what they're saying because, you know, what are you going to do? Just seeing how everybody's going to handle it. Syl is next in command, so he's in charge now. But I don't know, he and Polly were talking something about Vito. I think Vito thinks he's going to be up in the ranks if Tony leaves or something like that. Something like that. He has mentioned that before. He mentioned it before Tony got shot. Yeah, this episode, the first and second episode, those felt like a two-part finale to me of the season. Like, how many episodes are in this season that we have to go through? Like, does he come out of... I don't want y'all to answer me. In my mind, I'm thinking, does he come out of this coma, but he can't move because they've already said some brain damage could be possible? Or does he stay in this coma and we keep going through these dream sequences while life happens around him and seeing how his family copes with all this? I'm exhausted just watching this. It's draining. It's emotionally draining. Okay, this week is down. Thank you for watching it with me. Until the next video and the next time. Bye.